Morning, guys. It's about 5:45 this morning here in the beautiful Brede Valley in the Western Cape of South Africa, and you can see the sun barely comes up from the east. Something that we take for granted, but beautiful in creation. Yeah, as I focus back on the vineyards that are looking absolutely beautiful this morning. Again, the foliage is just amazing. But let's see if they carry any fruit, because a tree that's full of leaves, a fruit tree that doesn't bear fruit, well, it's not worth having it around, is it? But look at this. And then as I panorama out, look at the vineyards. And that's just a small portion of what is grown in this about, I guess, 500 square kilometers. It's not the only thing that is produced here. We've got corn, we've got other fruit trees, things that you can expect in a farming community. But I also want to show you the beautiful mountains around here. And in winter they're normally covered with snow. It's such a beautiful display of God's splendor, His handiwork. But guys, there's a thing on my mind this morning as I was thinking. And one verse that, so I'm going to flip it panorama again. One thing that came to mind was in so there's another story in the Bible, and I'm not well Bible versed, but it's about a man that had a great harvest, and he stored up all his harvest, his grain, whatever he harvested in his grain houses, and he said to him, I've got so much, I'm going to build new ones, and I'm going to rest in my wealth, knowing that I've got enough. I don't have to do anything anymore. And that pridefulness led to him getting the word. I don't know if he got it directly, but he definitely got the message where God said, you fool, don't you know that your soul will be taken from you this night, will be acquired of you this night. And there's a great example of us storing up, but in pride, storing up in the spirit of mammon. And a great example of the defeat of mammon is where Elijah went down with 450 Baal preachers, or clergymen, or whatever they call themselves, and they were in the desert, and he said, today we will see who is God. Build your temple. Put your whatever you put on it. Talk to your God. Ask Him. And they started wailing and cutting and, making contortions, and I can just imagine what unfolded there. And Elijah laughed at him. And eventually they couldn't. So Elijah, in the Spirit of God, built a temple, or built an altar. And he even poured a lot of water over it. And water was scarce because there was a 3.5 year drought. And he prayed to God, and God consumed the offering of Elijah. And in one day, 450 Baal preachers died. And at that day, the question remained. Today, choose God. Either choose God and live, or choose idols and die. You cannot serve God and Mammon. You're going to love the one and hate the other. So just want to encourage you guys this morning that as we walk with Christ, as we abide in Him, we've got to make these choices daily. Are we walking in while abiding in Him, in our affairs, in our business? Are we honoring God? Are we doing what we should do? Or are we just merely, gathering up so that we can store and fill up our storehouses and have enough and sit back and be a proudful man? And the Bible says, God will resist the proud, and He will give strength to the humble. So my friends here from Cape Town, Breede Valley in the Western Cape, a lovely morning to you, and may God bless you this morning.